Long ago, when the ancestors still walked in whispers through the wind, and the drums of truth carried far across the savannah, there was a man named Oba Kofi. His name meant king, and truly, he was one in all but crown. He was the richest man in the kingdoms of the sun, his wealth flowing like rivers of gold, his name feared even among the powerful mafias in the cities of shadow. Yet though he commanded treasure enough to dazzle kings, there was one thing he held above all: family. For Oba Kofi, no jewel, no fortune, no banquet mattered more than the bond of blood. And so, when the day came for his great engagement banquet, when drums beat through the night and servants polished the marble halls, he did not send carriages or guards to fetch his most honored guest. No, Oba himself set out beneath the setting sun. His guards, puzzled, asked, "Master, why would you, whose sandals never touch dust, humble yourself so?" A single word, and she would be brought in royal chariots. But Oba Kofi only smiled and answered, "She is my sister, Amina. The only blood of mine left in this world. She carries life in her womb, and for her, I would walk barefoot across fire." And so he went, and when at last he found her, his arms wrapped around her like a lion shields its cub. The heavens seemed to rejoice, for brother and sister had been parted for 6 long years. "I missed you, sister," Oba said, voice heavy with love. "And I missed you too, little brother," Amina replied, her hand upon her swelling belly. "The boy I raised has become a man, and now you take a bride." But as joy filled the house of Kofi, jealousy crept like a snake in the grass. Zawadi, Oba's bride-to-be, was fair of face but foul of heart, her love for him poisoned by envy. Her kin, sharp-tongued and greedy, poured venom in her ears. "If this sister remains, and her unborn child lives, your place will crumble like clay in the rain. That child may one day inherit the fortune meant for you. Destroy them both, or be cast into shadows." Zawadi's heart twisted, and love became hatred. She confronted Amina in the great hall of the Kofi home, where fire torches licked the air. Her words lashed like whips. "You shameless woman! You come here swollen with a bastard, hoping to steal my man and my crown. Who are you to stand in my house?" But Amina, her spirit steady as the baobab tree, answered with calm, "I am Amina Kofi, sister to Oba, blood of this house. I seek no crown, no man's throne, only peace for myself and my child." The hall roared with laughter, for Zawadi and her cousins jeered like hyenas at dusk. "Do not play tricks with us. Amina Kofi is a legend, the woman who built empires before she was grown. You are a beggar wrapped in lies." They bound her wrists, mocking her, dragging her like a lamb to slaughter. But Amina's voice carried like thunder, "The truth cannot be buried forever. You dig your own graves with your envy." The night of the banquet came, drums thundering, wine flowing like rivers. Elders gathered, guests clapped, and Zawadi stood tall, her smile a mask hiding her serpent heart. Then she dragged Amina before them all, her face a picture of false sorrow. "Elders, look upon this harlot who claims to be my husband's sister. She is a liar, a thief, a witch sent to bring shame to our house." But gasps filled the hall when they saw it. Around Amina's neck burned a jewel red as fire, the Everlight, the legendary diamond of the Kofi line, said to be worth 5 billion, more than kingdoms, more than empires. Zawadi's eyes filled with flames. She snatched the jewel, crying, "See how she flaunts it, as if it were hers. No woman of dust could own such treasure. She must have bewitched my husband-to-be." And in her fury, she smashed it to the ground. The Everlight shattered into 1,000 stars, sparks glittering across the stone like fallen suns. "Now none shall have it," she spat. Amina fell to her knees, not for the jewel, but for her unborn child. She cried, "You have destroyed enough, Zawadi. Spare my baby. He has no fault in this quarrel." But Zawadi's kin circled her like vultures over carrion. "If the child is not Oba's, then it is nothing. Why should it live?" they sneered. "Better a bastard gone than to stain the Kofi name." Bound and bruised, Amina lifted her head, her voice trembling but unbroken. "You mock me now. You bind me now. But hear me, the spirits of justice see you. My brother will not abandon me. Harm me if you must, but if you harm this child, the ancestors will rise against you." Yet envy deafens the ear. They tore her dress, dragged her across the hall, laughing. Zawadi's voice shrieked above the chaos. "Cage her! Let her rot until Oba himself thanks me for sparing him this shame." Her cousins muttered among themselves. "Surely Oba will not defend this woman. He is heir to the Kofi fortune, tied to powers in shadows. He cannot side with her, it would be scandal. He will crush her himself." But the earth trembled with the sound of wheels upon stone. A voice like thunder rolled through the hall. Oba had returned. His eyes, sharp as blades, fell upon his bound sister and the shattered Everlight. His voice roared, "Who dares raise a hand against my blood? Who dares threaten the child of my sister?" Silence fell, so heavy even the drums outside ceased. For they knew the lion had awoken. Oba strode forward, lifted his sister in his arms, and held her as she wept. "It has been 6 years, Amina," he said, his wrath like fire. "But no more. You and your child are my responsibility. No harm shall touch you again." The guilty choked on their envy, but Zawadi's heart was stone. Her voice, sharp with venom, cut the silence. "If you bring that woman here, I will tear her apart with my own hands. That child will never sit as heir to the Kofi name. I will shred them both if I must." The elders murmured, "When envy sits at the table, no feast is safe." And so it was, for though Oba's love blazed bright as fire, the storm had only begun. The drums of the banquet beat on, but all knew, the tale of the Kofi house was no tale of joy, but of shadows and fire, envy and blood. And so the griots tell us. Riches may dazzle, power may terrify, but envy devours even the heart that feeds it. More upsetting than a broken jewel was the child in her belly. "A bastard," they whispered. "A burden. Why keep it?" Amina's cry tore the silence, raw as the wail of a mother lion. "Please, do not hurt my baby. I can forget this day, I can forgive your cruelty, but do not harm the child." But they sneered, their teeth sharp with malice. "Not Baraka's child? Better still. Then there is no reason to keep it." So they bound her hands, their eyes glittering like hyenas waiting for blood, and her screams echoed against the stone. "You will pay! For my baby, you will pay!" They dragged her into a cage of iron, whispering like conspirators in the dark, "Once Zawadi weds Baraka, no one will remember this day. The secret will rot in silence." But the ground itself trembled, for wheels upon stone drew near, and the richest, the most powerful man of the land had come. When Baraka stepped into the hall, his voice split the air like thunder. "There is no banquet without her. She is my sister, the only family I have left. And she carries life within her. She is worth more than all your feasts, more than your wine, more than your gold." The hall, drunk with laughter moments before, grew silent, their mockeries swallowed by shame. And Amina, sister long lost, staggered into his arms, weeping. "It has been 6 years, Oba, and I have missed you. But jealousy is a serpent that never sleeps." Zawadi's voice spat venom. "If you dare bring that woman and her bastard child into our house, I will shred them both myself. That child will never sit as heir of the Kofi name." And the tale tells us this: when envy and greed join hands, peace flees like a gazelle before the lion's roar. Baraka spoke gently to his sister, his words warm as fire in winter. "I told them not to change a single thing in your room. Everything is as you left it, ally. This is your home, always your home." But Amina's eyes, heavy with doubt, searched his face. "Is Zawadi truly at peace with this? With me staying, even after the wedding?" Baraka smiled, the sun resting in his heart. "Ally, Zawadi loves you. She speaks of you with nothing but praise. She will rejoice to know you are staying." He rose to leave. "I have business to tend to. Call me if you need anything. Never work too hard, Oba. Never do." Yet while one hand built love, the other sharpened envy. For Baraka, in his noble heart, prepared an heirloom for Zawadi, a jewel that had once saved the Kofi family, a diamond bought for 3 billion, sold for 5, now returned to bind the houses together. And as he stepped away, Zawadi entered, her smile sharp as the fang of a viper. "You shameless creature!" she hissed, striking Amina. "You dare enter my house? You dare seduce my man?" The hall thickened with whispers and cruel laughter. Zawadi's kin circled, calling Amina thief, liar, homewrecker. She pleaded, "Wait. This must be a mistake. I am his sister." But they spat at her feet. "You, his sister? Lies upon lies. Amina is a legend, not some wandering woman in rags. She made the Kofi name rich at 18. And you would dare wear her name?" Amina cried out, her voice shaking the rafters. "My name is Amina Kofi, and Baraka is my brother." But they roared like jackals mocking a wounded lion. The real Amina arrives at the hour of 2. It is only 1 now. Do the math yourself. They struck her again, binding her arms. Still she warned them, steady as the drumbeat of truth, "You dig your own graves, Zawadi. For my brother will not forgive this." But envy deafened the ear. They mocked her swelling belly. "Do you even know the father of your child? Or do you open your womb to any man, using the baby as your ladder to the Kofi throne?" Her tears fell, but her spirit did not break. "Please, call Baraka. He will tell you the truth." They sneered. "Do you think your prince will ride in shining armor to save you? You are nothing but bait for men." And so they dragged her, mocking her every step, until she stood before Zawadi's engagement feast. The banquet glittered, laughter and wine spilling over, but Zawadi thrust Amina forward. "Mother, do you know this woman? This is the shameless witch who tried to seduce Baraka." The hall erupted. Her mother hissed, "So, you are the viper who crept into my son-in-law's bed." Her sister struck her cheek. Her cousins jeered, "Bet she screams like this in bed too." Then Zawadi's greedy eyes caught a glimmer, the Everlight jewel. The Everlight! Worth 5 billion, more than my father's lands. Amina said, her voice strong through tears, "This jewel is mine. Bought with my hands, with my sweat, with my wealth." But the hall shook with laughter. "You! 5 billion! Lies upon lies! Baraka bought this for his bride, not for you." Fury swelled, and Zawadi shrieked, "If I cannot have it, no one will." She dashed the Everlight to the floor, and it shattered into 1,000 sparks like dying stars. Silence drowned the feast. Amina's voice cracked like thunder, "You destroyed Everlight, Zawadi. That jewel was the soul of our family. For this, my brother will never forgive you." But Zawadi only laughed, her heart a nest of serpents. "He will not care. Not when your bastard child is gone as well." She pressed her hand against Amina's belly, and the room chilled. Amina fell to her knees, crying out, "Please, do not harm my baby. Do what you will to me, but spare the child." But Zawadi's kin hissed, "Once she is gone, no one will know. Once Zawadi weds, her place will be sealed forever." They circled Amina like jackals around a lioness heavy with cub. She begged, "Spare my baby, and I will forgive all that you have done. We can pretend nothing happened today." But Zawadi's mother hissed, "You are nothing but dust beneath our feet." And so the feast turned cruel, while the spirits themselves held their breath. "Listen to me," Amina pleaded, her voice trembling like reeds in the wind. "This is not Baraka's child. He has nothing to do with my baby." Zawadi's smile sharpened. "Even better. If it is not his, then there is no reason to keep it." Amina's voice rose with desperate fire. "If you dare hurt my baby, I swear by my ancestors' bones, you will not escape my wrath." "Hold her quickly," Zawadi commanded. They seized her like prey in a hunter's snare. Her mother whispered, "It is your wedding day, daughter. Do not soil your hands. Let your brother do it." And the brother stepped forward, shadow long and menacing. "Mother is right. Zawadi must not dirty herself. But I will not mind ruining my shoes." Amina's cries shook the rafters, "Give me back my baby! I will make you pay." Her wails rang through the gathering, so fierce some turned their faces away. Zawadi shrieked when her dress tore in the struggle. "My dress! She ruined my dress!" Her family only laughed cruelly. Then, as if fate itself mocked them, Baraka's voice floated over the phone, calm as the sea. "Are you all right, my love? My meeting has ended. I will be there soon." Amina's heart beat with hope, but Zawadi silenced it. "Baraka will be here any second. Cage her." "No." Her cousins dragged her, debating in whispers, Are we certain Baraka will take Zawadi's side? Of course. He cannot choose a mistress over his bride. His company's name would crumble, his honor would fall. He will silence her himself if need be. They flung her into the iron cage. Her voice roared like a lioness cornered. When Baraka learns of this, his wrath will devour you. But Zawadi only laughed. Foolish girl. He will thank me for cleaning his path. And then, wheels upon gravel, louder, closer. Chaos stirred, orders shouted, "Hide her! Quickly!" But before they could mask their wickedness, Baraka stepped into the courtyard, confusion shadowing his face. His voice, deep and terrible, shook the stones. "What is this madness? Zawadi, what have you done? Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update.